Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Manor Farm, where today we need to get field 2 fertilised. Off camera, bizarrely enough I actually did a bit of work. The tiniest bit ever, I must admit. I just cleaned up both the fields when Courseplay finished cultivating. I also let Courseplay finish field 2. And I want to fix my microphone because things. My computer decided to swap microphones on me. No, OBS did, without telling me. It was nice. Yeah, that's the thing that happened. So, today we are gonna fertilize field 2, and I'm kind of in half a mind to get some mowing done for hay and silage for the cows, but I'm not 100% sure. That's that's kind of the issue. I could do it very easily. There's nothing going to stand in my way of doing it. I think what I'm going to do first, though, before I do any silage work or grass work again, is I am going to seed the fields because they need seeding, and I've got the other 60/40 ready to go with the seeder. The other 60/40 is a bit dirty. You know, I'm going to call her Messy Martha, and this is Gertrude. Don't know why she's called Gertrude, but she is. Because she just likes that name, I guess. So Gertrude is going to be as clean as possible the whole time. She's going to be our mowing tractor. Martha's going to stay filthy because she kind of likes it. She likes it dirty. I don't know why I'm making so many off-color jokes today. This is what happens when I record at a reasonable hour. It's not even 10 AM yet, and I've been awake for an hour. Almost 2, in fact. Actually, I've been awake for like 2 hours exactly at this point. I've fixed my sleeping pattern, if anybody hasn't guessed. If you don't know, there was a period where I was going to bed at about 6 in the morning and waking up at like 5, anywhere between 4 and 6 in the evening, which wasn't particularly good, healthy or helpful. But of late I've been going to bed at between 11 and 12 at night, and waking up at anywhere between like 6 and 10 in the morning, which is a lot more random, but a lot more healthy and a lot more helpful. I've been getting much more done. So I'll put Gertrude in here and turn her off. Let's go get Martha. She's over in here. And yes, we are going to do this seeding manually because reasons. For some reason the seeder is just really insanely heavy. What on earth? How heavy is this weight? 700 kilo weight should be able to counter the weight of the seeder. But no. The front end is just insanely light at the moment. Oh my god, I got very little control. Very little control. I was trying to drift around there and get it to spin in a nice way, but no, didn't want to work. So, let's get seeding. As you can see, I've got most of the cultivating cleaned up. There are bits that I've left. The bits that I left, to be honest, aren't the biggest bits in the world. They're quite small. They're intentionally. I wasn't going to go around both of the fields and recultivate them manually. I just saw big bits and decided, yep, let's get the edges cleaned up. Good lord, this is not behaving as nicely as I wanted to. I don't know what it is with the S6E14. It's just not wanting to go in a straight line with the seeder on it. Even with the seeder down, which should actually... It's just... You guys probably can't even notice that. It's just slipping and sliding and wanting to get away from me all the time. I'm not sure why. Oh well. So today is Thursday. It's actually yesterday for me. And I've already been on FS UK this morning looking at the forum. I don't really post on there all that much, but I look at it multiple times a day just to see what the news is and what's going on and stuff, and see if there are any nice mods on the way. And one thing that stood out for me this morning was that Logitech have released their new wheels, the G920 and the G29. The G920 is their PC and Xbox One wheel, and the G29 is their PS3, PS4 wheel. And that's... It sounds like completely pointless news, doesn't it? You know, Logitech have brought out a new wheel. Who cares? But that's actually an important thing, because I've been looking at getting a G27 for quite a while for this and for Euro Truck and other games that I play, because I do want to... Well, I don't really play them at the moment, but I'd like to get into racing sims, like Race Room and GTR2 and stuff like that. However, with an Xbox controller, I just don't have the ability to do so. And let's be honest, an Xbox controller isn't the most fantabulous bit of hardware in the world to be using. For most driving style games, like Farm Sim. So I'm hoping that in the coming weeks and maybe a couple of months, that the price of the G27 will drop significantly. Well, not significantly, but will drop at least, so that I can get one. And if it hits a price that I'm happy with, I'll get a G27 and try and hook it up with a joystick that I have here. I've had for a while, and it's a bit crap, but it would work, I think, quite well for Farm Sim. So that's kind of the plan right now, is to see what happens with the G27. As for things with the channel, pretty much everything's going to stay as is at the moment. I don't plan on making any drastic changes. There might be a couple of extra mod spotlights thrown in here and there over the coming week or two, or even in the future, just as a fixture, because I've been kind of going through mod sites again, as I always do. It's just a daily thing for me, is check the mod sites, check FSUK, and check the news. And I found quite a few mods that I want to have a look at. Now the issue is that I've got so many mods that I want to look at that I don't have enough time to cover them all in the mods in a single mod spotlight. So I might do multiple ones this week, and they're all from LS 2015, all of them. Mod Hoster for me had a weird glitch this week, and I don't know if it happened to anybody else. For 2 or 3 days this week, Mod Hoster just wasn't working. It just showed the same mods day after day after day. and never updated, and then suddenly it updated and I've missed out on 3 or 4 days of mods because mod hoster glitched out. And I think that might have been a bit of a worldwide issue, maybe. I don't know. And yes, I am just talking about random stuff. I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to, do a full commentary on how the seeding is going. You can see how the seeding is going. The seed is getting dirty very, very quickly, though. It's kind of surprising. But, oh, dang it, I meant to seed canola, not wheat. Now I spotted. Well, we're seeding wheat in this field. This was meant to be a canola field. So, yeah, mod hoster's been wonked. One thing I'm gonna kind of reiterate, I suppose, is if there's a mod that I'm gonna say specifically Dirtevers is covered in his mod spotlights, I won't be covering it in mine. I may cover stuff from that the likes of Carver, Farmer Beavis does, or have done. But that's just a personal preference thing. I may just do quick things for stuff Dirtevers has done already. The only reason I'm saying Dirtevers specifically is because I watch all the mod spotlights, and that's where I get a lot of ideas for mods and stuff from. Little mods that I'll use. I check out the mod spotlights, see if it's okay or not, and make my own decision. The only thing I might do to mods Dirtevers is covered is just check the logs, because I know historically he doesn't check the logs of a lot of the stuff that he covers, and often, I'm not going to say often, but occasionally it results in him missing an absolute ticking time bomb, which he finds out a week or two later and doesn't cover the spotlight. That's why I check the logs in my mod spotlights. In fact, is because I've had so many mods that were just ticking time bombs, waiting for you to make one wrong move before they went boom. Oddly enough, States Map is one of them. States Map. There is some, for me at least, there is a potential mod conflict in States Map. And I'm not sure if it's conflicting with a mod that I have or a map that I have. But what happens is, and it's the reason that I've got rid of BGA extension. What happens is, or what happened to me at least, was first off, courseplay caused a crash. It decided to start getting null refs, null reference exceptions. My apology. If I say null ref, it's null reference exception. So I had to restart the map. I was playing it off screen, and then later on, once I got a bit farther, BJ extension decided to get null ref. I think because I used the wrong silage bunker, the wrong silage input for it. I have a feeling that the BJ extension will only work with the silage input, you know, the tip points for silage. I think it'll only work with the default ones of those. I don't know. States Map has the 2015 spec silage bin and the 2013 spec silage bin. They're both kind of interconnected, so in theory it should work. I don't know if that was the problem, but States Map does crash quite regularly for me. I was going to do an LP on it, now I'm not so sure. I'll figure that out in time, I suppose. I'm not planning on leaving this map. I'm not gonna say anytime soon. I'm gonna say I'm not planning on imminently leaving this map. It won't be for a couple of weeks, I think. As for Manor Farm, that's staying for the foreseeable future as well. I have a few more tricks I can pull out in Manor Farm to get money to be an issue a bit more. You already seen one of them getting pulled out of the hat, which is the 1.7 million euro loan that was never mentioned to me. I've got a few more that I can pull, I think. A couple more that I will pull. I've got plans. I always have plans. The question is, will they work or not? So, yeah. I'm just kind of talking about my week now, aren't I? So I might as well continue. As some of you may know if you watch enough of my videos, if you don't, watch more, I guess. As some of you may know, I am currently in the process of learning Blender 3D modeling for another project I'm doing, and those of you who watch all my videos will know what project I'm talking about. Those of you who don't, I'm going to tell you. And that has been going really, really well. Actually, surprisingly well. I'm planning on going back to it later on today. Once I have videos that I'm doing at the moment. This, I think I'll do. I've got plans to do a couple of other videos today as well. Once I got them all rendered out and stuff, I'll be going back into Blender and continuing on working in that, and learning and working and learning and working and learning and working and learning, and I'm making progress again. I had kind of stalled for about a month on the progress side of things, just because of various things going on, and my sleeping pattern was so bad that I had no interest in doing Blender because it seemed too much like work. This is just playing a game. I mean, yes, I'm talking, but it's just playing a game. Blender actually does seem like work, and I've got to set things up, and you know, I've got Spotify on and all that kind of stuff going on, and it's just effort. And that stopped me from doing it. If anybody wants to learn Blender, by the way, and if you want to learn Blender and you don't know where to start, I would recommend if you just Google Blender Noob to Pro. There is a wiki book there. You can read it online. I don't recommend the PDF version. I would recommend it, except the PDF version, as I've discovered, is actually missing entire sections. So there is the Wikibook's website that I can't remember the name of right now. You can get the book on there. You can go through it section by section on there, and it's quite thorough in its explanations. It tells you all the key presses you'll need, because Blender is very, very heavily keyboard driven. It's really quite good and thorough, and it lets you. A lot of the tutorials. I'm gonna talk about this for a bit now. A lot of the tutorials on it are for older versions of Blender, so you've got to be kinda careful. The newest version is, I think, 2.75. Which is the version I have, because I got the Steam edition of Blender, which is amazing and kept up to date by Blender itself in Steam. It's amazing, and it saves me a lot of time figuring out, do I have the most up-to-date version of Blender? And my microphone is falling over. A lot of the tutorials in the Wikibook kind of thing are for Blender 2.49, which is disturbingly out of date. But you can kind of figure your way through and find the options you need. Some of the button prompts are a bit out of date, but you know, you'll figure out very quickly which button prompts to ignore and which ones you need to look at again and fix. And it's a really, really good resource to have. And it teaches about pretty much every aspect of Blender as well, which, if you want to get into, you know, 3D modeling as a profession for, you know, game development, I would kind of say yes, check out that wiki book. If you want to make farm sim mods, definitely check it out. It tells you, it doesn't tell you how to make a farm sim mod, but it tells you how to make the models. So we'll say if I wanted to edit the cedar, the Vitasem to have, I don't know, a clown's head stuck on top for no reason, I could. Don't know why I would, but I could. Obviously you have to download extra plugins to work with i3Ds. That is more advanced than possibly... Yeah, it's something you'd be looking at 2 or 3 months down the line from starting to learn Blender. I've personally been learning it for 2 or 3 months, so I'm starting to get the hang of it and seeing trends and tricks that are used. So that's why I sometimes stop up in the middle of playing and just zoom in on something, or get out of the tractor and look at something. Is because I can kind of half see a trick being used from Blender. I think I'm going to end the episode here and maybe do some more off-camera work, or just go straight into another video. I don't know. And in fact, I probably will go into Monday's video and just do some mowing on Monday. So let's get ready to do some mowing on Monday. Yes, I'm recording Monday's video next. So I'm gonna leave it here. I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Manor Farm. Please leave a comment if you got anything to say. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you enjoyed it and you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. It does mean a lot to me, and it helps the channel grow, obviously. So I'll see you next time when we'll be mowing a meadow somewhere. Thank you very, very much for watching, and until then, stay safe and goodbye.